Hey everybody, it's Pam from Nana's Crafting Cottage. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Things are better on my end. Okay, today we are going to do another page in my tag journal flip thingy. I don't know what to call it. Tag journal, I guess. So anyway, we're going to do this page today. So, welcome to all my new subscribers. Welcome back to all my current subscribers. I'm so glad that everyone is here. Thank you for coming by. Okay, so I have things all picked out right here. They're inked, distressed. I was going to do a little bit sewing. I'm not going to do that. I'm just gonna do it. Just going to put it together. So I have scraps from my stash, and this is a page that I cut out of my ephemera book, and it was botanicals, and I get those on Amazon. There's all kinds of ephemera books. All you have to do is go in on Amazon or even on Google, pardon me, and type in ephemera books, and a whole bunch of them will come up. So that is what I'm going to use for this. Okay, let's get this. Get my art glitter glue. Okay, so if you have followed me for a long time, short, even just recently, you know that my husband was in the hospital. He had had heart arrhythmia, and then he had an ICD, which is both, it's a dual device where it's both pacemaker and defibrillator, depending on what's happening with his heart at the time. So he had that put in. While they were putting that in, and this is a risk, mind you, not a goof or anything, it's a risk. They punctured his lung. So if he was able, to get through that without that, he would have been home a long time ago. But because of that, he was in the hospital for 10 days. Okay, let's get this glued down. Okay, so they had to monitor him, get him hooked up to oxygen, make sure that his lung was healing so that it could start filling up with air again, basically, like a balloon. And it was doing well. Each day it got better and better. In the meantime, he was dealing with the pain of the tube that was underneath his left breast, and the incision site where they put the pacemaker defibrillator device. So he's still dealing with those two things, but he is home. He got home Sunday afternoon. I went to see him. He called me when I was on my way to church. I told him, I said, I'll be by after church, just like the week before. And he called and he says, hey, they're going to let me out. They just took the tube out, which wasn't fun. But, yeah, so he got out Sunday afternoon. Yay. So that saga is slowing down a bit. He has to, pardon me, what kind of glue shall I use on that? I think I'll use my Fabrifix very carefully. He has to go to Portland, which is about half hour, 45 minutes from here, east of us, to get his device checked next Monday. So I'll take him there. And then he has his cardiologist appointment that Thursday. So next Monday and Thursday, we'll be busy. So, yeah. Hooray. Tell you, that was a scary, scary deal. And I'm still kind of on guard, which is hard not to do. I remember when he went through his quadruple bypass many years ago, I was on alert for a long time. Long time. I was almost like a helicopter. I was hovering. He goes, "You can stop hovering now. I'm going to be fine. Are you sure?" So, yeah, it's something that you have to just kind of get used to, I guess. Okay, so this piece is also from an ephemera book, and yes, they do put this on the back. So they're ephemera books. They are labels or whatever on one side, and on the back side it is like that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like it's distressed. So yeah, they just come that way, which is really cool. Now, I have this young lady, but I wanted to do this here, but I got to be careful of my center part. And then with my new, if you saw my short, you know that I have a new die set that I cut all these out with. This is like a scrap from cutting out a couple of the pieces, but I liked how it came out. So I went ahead and sprayed that too, and I'll be using that. So there was no waste at all. I was so pleased. So I want it to go like this. And I got my under pieces there. I want her like that, so she's hanging on to that sign. And then this, and where's my word? My statement. My statement is missing. Oh, it's on the floor. Let me grab it. My word. If anything disappears, it's on the floor. Okay, here we go. So, I want to do it something like that. Alright, so let's... Yeah, so I was so happy with all the pieces that... Because it was like this. It was craft cardstock when I cut it out. But I made it look really super duper grungy, which I was really, really, really happy with. Okay, so Fabrifix it is again. So I wanted to come out and do another page now that things have really settled down quite a bit and get back into the groove, because I was running back and forth to the hospital each day, spending 2 or 3 hours with him, coming home and doing what I needed to do around the house, and collapsing. So that's been my life for the last, well, couple weeks today. So yeah, it just happened that he, just all of a sudden wasn't feeling well, hauled him off to emergency, and it just went from there. So, yeah. That's what happens sometimes. Yes, it does. Okay. And I'm just going to keep using my Fabrifix because I am going over all this other stuff. So I hope you're enjoying all this grungy stuff. I love it. I love it. And I get all my Tim Holtz stuff out, get my ephemera out that I haven't touched in a long time. Yep. Yeah, I wanted to kind of slope it like that. So yeah, I been anxious to do another page. Okay, and now let's see where we want to put her. And then we'll figure out how we want. Okay, yeah, I want her here, her hand on that. Okay. Alrighty. I even laid it out and took a picture, but I don't think I need the picture. I've played with it so much and put it off and on so much to make sure what I wanted to do that I think I have it pretty close to being memorized. We will see. But yeah, this new die set I got at Michael's. I just went there just for the heck of it, just for something to do after visiting my husband in the hospital. And I thought, oh my gosh, that thing is so inexpensive, that whole set. And I thought, oh, I've got to have it because I just love the grungy, ripped look on the edges of everything. Yeah, so I went ahead and got it. And like I said, it was not expensive, which I was really surprised at. Usually when I go to Michael's, I see something, I was like, oh yeah, no. Okay, now I'm going to put her down. Go from there. But yeah, I was busy updating the family and friends from church, and so I was on the phone constantly messaging and updating, and yeah, so by the end of the day, each day I was worn out, and then I couldn't sleep very well, of course. Husband not there, and worried about him, so yeah. It was only the day that he had the device put in, I thought, well, I'll just put my phone on charge. Now this I made with the scrap from cutting these out, and just took a label that I had in my stash and inked it up and put it on. Yeah, thought it was kind of neat. So, anyway, yeah, I ended up with a bunch of messages that night, and I got up the next morning. Of course, I didn't really sleep. I just kind of laid there and tossed and turned all night. And finally, early in the morning, I got up and found all those messages and started freaking out. They were from everywhere. Oh, we're having to take your husband here because this happened, and we're doing this, and that happened. It's like, oh my goodness. So after that, where should I put that? I think right about there. I just left it plugged. I put it on its charger each night next to my bed. Left the volume up, which I normally do not do. I usually turn the volume way down and have it in the other room on the charger, but no, this was a different situation. But fortunately, I didn't have to have it. I didn't have any calls like that anymore. Whee! I like that. It's so grungy. All the different textures. I love all the different textures on here. Well, that was fast, guys. And I'm not prepared to do another one, so I'll do another one next time. So I'll just let you guys go. But I wanted to come out for just a little while, update you on the hubby, and I will see you again. Probably, I'm going to try and do it either Friday or Saturday. So I'll see you real soon, guys. So you take care and have a good day. Bye, guys.